Hello. Thanks for joining me, darling. Welcome to Style and Consciousness with Ejani. I'm Ejani, and I'm so excited to dork out with you today on Meghan Markle's style, okay? I live in France. We say steel, apparently. So I'm so excited to dork out with you on her style. She has been everywhere, on everyone's tongues, on all the threads, and I thought, what an opportune time to talk about her because I did recently watch her show with Love Meghan. I've got lots to say and I'm excited to jump in. Whee! We're not here to bash. We're not here to trash. We're not here to criticize. We can be cheeky and we can also assess the energetics through the lens of the ICONIC.Essence method, a beautiful method using the elements. We're going to see, is Meghan truly dressing her essence or is she not? That's all we care about here, folks, okay? You love her, you hate her, you don't care. That's not what we give a rat's ass about. We care about the essence, all right? So let's jump on in. As I was watching the show, and when I was reading about the show, actually, one thing kept coming up, right? People were saying a few things. Oh my God, I have to have, like, her style, every piece that she wore sold out. The jeans sold out. The sweater she had over her shoulder sold out. The blah, 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 sold out, right? Whoa. So style icon, everyone was fucking into it. Everyone was going to buy and like research and purchase the pieces that she was wearing on the show. Fair enough. Also, the other thing I heard equally as often was something along the lines of, something is off, she's so fake, this was so cringy to watch. I had friends, be like, this is very uncomfortable to watch, right? And we're gonna dig into that because this is huge. This isn't just about darling Meghan here, right? This what I'm going to share today, like I do in every video, but it really applies to you, to your brand, to how you're living your life. Because what we wear it's not just about looking cute or trendy. It's literally an expression of our essence, or it can be. It's an expression of our inner world and what we're actually focusing on, right? So whatever we decide to wear, the intention behind it, the motivation behind it, the approach, right? It's huge. It makes a big difference, okay? And so that's why this is a very yummy example to dive into. So, number one, the first thing I was hearing as I watched the show, right? Oh my God, everything sold out. Everyone loves her style. She's an icon. That is very clear. Homie knows what to wear. She's got amazing taste, right? She always looks elegant. She always looks, part of her appeal is that sort of, the old money aesthetic, or the quiet elegance, quiet money, or whatever aesthetic, right? Quiet luxury. There we go. She's got that in the bag, like, no question, right? Period. And that comes from the fact that she is earth, right? I noticed it when she was in Suits. I'm seeing it right now just on the photos that are on my screen. And I absolutely noticed it on the show. So earth is very classic. It's tried and true. It's timeless. It's elegant. It's chic. It can be fierce as well, right? So it's going to be very simple and very direct and to the point, like an earth person, right? So it's very black and white. It likes bold contrast. It's, again, those pieces that you can buy now, and earths love investment pieces, which is why it always looks more elevated and rich, right? Quote unquote, according to the 3D standards. And so an investment piece that's in style now that an earth buys, like a pair of amazing shoes, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, that is going to be in style, right? I have my darling mother-in-law who is definitely a French fashionista, and she has a Louis Vuitton bag that she got like in the early 80s, and she brings it when she comes to visit us. Some of her stuff is in it, and it still looks relevant. It still looks stylish. It still looks chic, right? She is earth AF, and that just shows, like, she's had a lot of her clothes for years and years, and it doesn't budge. That's earth. So that's what Meghan has in the bag, right? Beautiful. Now, we're going to talk about the show first. The second element that Meghan is really clearly demonstrating in her show, in many ways, which we'll break it down, is water. Okay, so water is warm hug energy. We're not talking about male, female, about gender, right? We're talking about masculine, feminine. So it's very feminine in that it's soft, it's welcoming, warm hug energy, soothing, very loving. It's all about expressing feelings. It's all about seeing and witnessing, right? It's beautiful, like all the elements, right? This one is beautiful in that way. So in this show, if you have seen it, Meghan is not only is she wearing these classic pieces, she's also wearing things that are very flowy, that are very feminine, that are very soothing. The way she right moves in them, very soothing. The way she wraps her gifts, very soothing. She's creating soothing gifts for her guests. The point is, so soothing bath bombs and these little things to make people feel special, and handwritten notes and calligraphy, again, beautiful, and oh so water, which is amazing, right? So water, water, water. The way she spoke about her family, which obviously no one's knocking, finding joy in the little things, or doing those details, and really being, loving being present with your children and picking fresh flowers and arranging them. But you see all of it, the way she was moving through that show, it's very, very, very hyper water. So the whole time I was watching it, I felt she is holding something back. This is not the whole story. And I don't know very much about her. I did watch a few seasons of Suits. Obviously, that was her acting. You can still get some of their essence from their acting, right? Obviously. But I never followed her story with Harry. I don't know much. But in this show, when I was watching this show, there was something uncomfortable for me, because I could very clearly see that she is Earth. And at the same time, I could feel that there was something that was off. It felt watered down. It felt diluted, and it felt like she wasn't activating. Like, for me, it felt a little bit mushy, a little womp womp. Now, no matter what your elements happen to be, if you are defaulting or trying to present an element that is not yours in order to control a narrative, right? So if somebody's stepping into water, it can be because they want to show a soft side, a feminine side, an approachable side, a gentler side, right? A more welcoming, warm, down to earth kind of side, right? When that is happening and that's not actually your element, no matter what your element is and what element you're trying to portray, it is going to feel phony. It's going to feel off. It's going to feel, they're going to sense that the energy is off, that something is just not quite right, right? And it begins with your clothing. So even with her clothing, as I was looking, obviously beautiful pieces. Like she says, she loves high-low. She loves this creator or this designer, whatever. Cool. And at the same time, they're perfectly fine outfits. However, they were not activating her, in my humble, energetic observation-y opinion, right? The Earth was there, but Earth needs like something sharp and something clean. So that was there. And at the same time, there was water, right? Those subdued colors, those muted colors that are in like, neutrals and pale blues and pinks and all those things, wrapped on her shoulder, or like those loose shirts, or with the loose pants, and her hair, like the wisps of hair, water, 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 water. And what happens is, it literally, when you do this, she felt watered down. I felt like I wasn't actually getting a very clear image of her, like an actual like honest to goodness glimpse of who she is at her core, right? Why? Because this felt like, when we do this, it's kind of strategic. We want to control a narrative. We want to be seen a certain way. We want people to view us a certain way. It means that your brain is dressing for the external world, rather than you deciding as iconic you to dress for your essence and really project that, right? Let me tell you this. There's nothing more magnetic. There's nothing more mesmerizing. There is nothing more attractive. There is nothing more just like elevated than truly, truly, truly dressing, like expressing, embodying you and your essence. Like, literally, if you want to, I'm going to say that, yes, even though a lot of people were obsessed and they want the pieces that she was wearing in the show, I guarantee you, if she had shown up, and we'll talk about what I believe her actual elements are in a minute, if she had shown up and dressed in her, Earth and her second element, which I'll announce in a minute, I'm certain that would have sold like even more, twice, three times, like exponentially more would have been sold, including of her own products. Actually, I don't know what the status is. I know she's attempting to sell jams. Is that true? Something like that. So one of the things that she's making, right? All of that would be flying off the shelves like in a quantum way, versus in an impressive earthly way, if she had shown up as her second element and been fully activated during that show. Why? Because people would have felt the sincerity. They would have been able to connect in a whole different way, energetically, right? Your energetic signature, what you're saying energetic, it like always, always, always transcends anything you're trying to do visually or like strategically. Always, hands down, every time, right? So even though people were like, some people were obsessed, they loved it, she was presenting this image, the fact that she was really holding back there, it creates this energetic distortion, right? And this is not a critique, this is an observation, because obviously she knows what's happening in her life. She knows why she's navigating this narrative, and her life is obviously in the 3D world much more complicated, much more public, right? She has a very high, what is that called? High profile marriage. She's a celebrity, all these things. I get that, right? So this is not a criticism. However, it really illustrates what can happen when you are holding back on an entire part of your essence, okay? So now we're going to go through some visuals here that I see of her style, and we're going to break it down. So in the show, she showed up as earth and water, period. Okay? Again, still elegant, still elevated, still swoon-worthy for so many people. Amazing. However, she was definitely holding something back. Now, one thing I remember hearing and seeing in the newspaper or whatever, seeing people write posts about, was how she was kind of rebelling and not tolerating sort of the pomp and stand, the protocol and all these things within the royal family, and people were seeing her as a rebel and all these things, right? The royal family didn't like it because it's all about, we do things a certain way and that's it, right? Okay, and she was just not having it. So already that, I'm going to tell you, is a little bit of an indication that she, darling Meghan, might be, very possibly is, actually earth and, drumroll, fire! Oh, fire, sweet, sweet fire, right? Which can still be warm and inviting and magnetic, and you can still love your home and cooking and all these things. However, it's done in a different way. It's such an extroverted, kind of enveloping, just like fire energy, right? And what really, really like just solidified this for me is when I was watching the show, and I was like, I think she might be fire and she's holding it back. She's holding it back, right? And I started looking at her outfits. So I see again. So we've got a chic ass earth dress, right? With a jewel tone. So it's a ruby tone, as you can see here. It's a ruby blue dress. We've got a V-neck. We've got some angles. We've got asymmetry in the skirt, and we've got pointed heels. Oh, it just feels like sweet relief, because that is fire, darling. That is earth and fire. It's bringing a little sexy. It's bringing a little asymmetry. It's bringing some sharp edges, right? I see another one. She's wearing kind of a white tank top and some pants that could be, earth, whatever. They're classically cut right here. And then that sexy tank top. That sexiness is, again, she's given us some fire. And it's just, her vibe is so different when she shows up fire. It is bonkers to me. Here we have her in just a black outfit, head to toe, and it's skinny jeans, which sometimes they can look a little bit edgy, and then some pointed, again, they're earth shoes, but they have a point, totally fire. So she looks just a little bit edgy, a little bit badass, and that is the energy. I just see she's activated. You can tell just the energy, the vibe, like you can see it's just different, right? I see her here in a brown, like beautiful, like deep brown satiny skirt, right? That can also be fire. It looks like a flame. We have, here, this dress. It has a fun pattern. It's a little bit like, with deep colors, right? It's a little bit edgy. It's a little bit funky. Yes, Meghan. I have here a black motif dress with a V-neck. It's like she knows this, but then she tried to hold back for the show and show a different impression, give a different impression, right? Here we have a short skirt, showing a little leg, a little bit sexy. Here we have an all black outfit again with a V-neck, with kind of cool shiny pants, with some stilettos with a pointy heel. Are you feeling me on this? Oh yes, and here with we see it. Amazing, a V-neck with that brown skirt. So when she brings the asymmetry, when she brings a little edginess, here we go, another one, full black with a white shirt. The jacket has some angles. It's imperfect. It's kind of got an undoneness to it, giving us fire. Here we have another jewel tone, green. So many examples. Another dress, green dress with a V-neck, a shirt that has more angles. You see, more ignited. Another one with a colorful motif, lots of patterns. Fuchsia, blue. that got me all hot and bothered seeing her. There's nothing that, like, I get so excited. Hold on, when somebody's really expressing their essence. Orange lipstick on my cup. Oops. So can you feel the difference between this and how she was showing up in the show? It is huge. And it's not just an aesthetic thing, right? In fact, for me, it's very rarely about the aesthetic. It's not about finding balance or what looks good or how do you want to look. It's not about how you want to look. It's about the energy you desire to be, the frequency you are creating. And that, darling, huge fucking game changer. Okay. So I want to daydream and imagine a show where Meghan actually came in these like bright colors, fuchsias, gave us some fucking V-necks, some jewel tones, gave us a little edginess, talked about all the same things with her true voice. Because let me tell you, fires are more direct, they're more to the point, they are more extroverted. So there was so much she's holding back, and I guarantee that show would have been an even bigger hit. Why? Because people would have really felt like, oh fuck, we're here, we're like literally swimming around in her essence, and that shit is fascinating, right? Right? Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop now. I think I gave enough examples. Okay, so what are your first impressions? Do you agree that she was holding back in the show? Do you see her fire like here in these images that I've been showing you? Just like Meghan held back and is not showing the whole story in that show, there are chances are you are too, right? In your branding, in your offers, in how you dress, right? Like the way you dress is always the first indication of how you're actually showing up and your inner world that you're projecting. So if you're ready to project an iconic as fuck inner world, if you're ready to start showing up with an unforgettable, uncopyable brand that starts with your essence, right? That is where you are fully expressed, fully embodied, and really showing up as your essence, which will make you irresistible. Irresistible. I'm really all worked up now with this whole Meghan thing. Anyway, if you are ready to truly unleash who you are, if you ever feel like you're holding back, if you ever feel like you're kind of maybe not conforming, but being like, okay, I'm gonna kind of plug and chug into this stuff because this is what's working. I think this is what people want from me, right? If ever you have that thought, this is what people want, this is what they want to see, this is what they want to buy from me, or how they want to, like, this is how they respond more positively to my brand or whatever, then darling, you have to join me in Iconified. Iconified is my delicious fucking membership where every month we talk about the elements from different aspects. We talk about style and consciousness. You get regular activations with me once a month. You're going to hang out with other icons who are here to like let their weirdo, their iconicness, their cosmicness totally be unleashed unto the world and just like let it all out. We approach how you dress from every angle. You get to learn more about your elements and truly master your expression, embodiment, and essence, darling. And let me tell you, when you start doing that, everything in your life just takes care of itself. Just like Meghan here, everything would have been even more amplified and probably a lot simpler. Even if some people didn't like the show, some people could have hated it. If she had shown up in her full earth fireness, in her full iconicness, let me tell you, it would have taken things in a whole other direction. Okay? That reminded me of, this just took this murder investigation to a whole other direction. Brazos? No? Okay. Only murders in the building? Okay. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are below. The link for Iconified, the membership, is down below. There are 2 tiers. They include different things. Both are fucking powerful. So let me know which one you're in for, and I'm just in the comments if you're in. Let me know. And if you, I want to hear what you think, what your thoughts are on what I said about Meghan. All right, darling. And if there are any other celebrities you'd love for me to cover or influencers, definitely let me know, darling. Until next time, ciao, ciao.